On today's episode of Chicago Bears Now, I break down the top X factors for the 2025 Bears. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's dive into it. Let's start with Dioad Dangbo, who was signed to a pretty big contract, 3 years and $48 million, and I think was paid because of what he could still become. I would say he's a average to good player right now in the NFL. Probably on average, he's an above average player. But I think the Bears think there's more growth there. And for good reason. He's got the physical profile. He's only 25, 26 years old. And they invested in him. 3 years, $48 million, 32 guaranteed. And given the state of this defensive line, especially at edge, they need him to produce. Last year, he was not as productive in the sack department as he was the year before. The overall kind of advanced numbers kind of show similar year, same amount of QB hits. He's pretty good against the run. He's got that big, long physical profile that Dennis Allen typically likes in defensive linemen coming off the edge. He's someone who can kick inside as well. I don't want to throw a number on it in terms of what he needs to produce from a sack total standpoint, but he needs to be a guy that's denting in the pocket. He needs to be a guy that's setting the edge in the run game, and he needs to be at least a reliable starter. If he can't be at least a reliable starter, then you got problems because you already don't have that true dominant guy. Montez Sweat on his best day can be dominant, but snap in, snap out, week in, week out in his career, he's never really been that other than for a lot of 2023. Ironically, with the Bears after they traded for him was probably the best stretch of his career. But for most of his career, he's been a really, really good player, not an excellent elite player. So if a Dangbo can't at least be solid, well, you don't have that dominant force to lean on, and you kind of lack depth, something we talked about recently. The Bears lack depth at edge and also don't have that dominant presence. Like you at least want either one or the other. The Bears don't seem to have either, and they especially don't have it if Dioad Dangbo isn't solid. If he's just average, if he's just okay, that's pretty problematic. Okay, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the show, take 1 second. That's all it takes, 1 second to click the subscribe button right now. It's 100% free. Okay, Luther Burden III and Colston Loveland, the first two draft picks who, especially Burden, but in both cases, almost like luxury picks, fun picks, enhance Caleb Williams in the offense even more selections. I think if one or both of these guys hit, even just one as rookies, but if both do, watch out because they join an arsenal that already has a good amount of talent. If these guys are both good as rookies, you think about what you have at your disposal if you're Caleb Williams. DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland, and DeAndre Swift, who's a good pass catcher out of the backfield. That's tough to defend, man. This pass game could become lethal, and that doesn't even factor in the additions on the offensive line that should give Caleb more time to throw the football. So if one or both of Loveland and Burden can come in here, I don't want to say hit the ground running, but can be a threat, can be a challenge to defend. You're not going to be able to double anybody, so DJ Moore's going to get some one-on-ones. Rome Odunze, Luther Burden's going to get matchups on safeties out of the slot sometimes. Like, you can really find some advantageous matchups if you're Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. So, I don't want to just declare this passing game elite, but the ingredients are there where it could be pretty lethal in 2025. Which rookie do you think will have the biggest impact, the bigger impact this season? Type CL for Colston Loveland, LB for Luther Burden. I would lean Loveland, even though he's been rehabbing that shoulder injury, which has obviously been a long-term injury, 4 to 6 months, compared to Burden's just kind of week to week, soft tissue injury. But I think Loveland, there's a world where he's the best tight end on this team by the end of this season. Deal alert! This short sleeve hoodie is on sale for a limited time, only 40% off. It's only $33. I'm told by the bosses that these are flying off the shelves, so take advantage while they're still here. Chatsports.com/Bears hoodie. It was once $55. It is now $33. Again, that adds up to 48% off. You can wear this for a good chunk of the year. Even when it gets cold, you can rock long sleeves underneath. You got the hood to help protect the ears for when it gets really windy and chilly. Get started today. Go click the link. Go shop. Chatsports.com/Bears hoodie. Okay, Jonah Jackson. Jonah Jackson is a pretty interesting pickup because I think we're all like, oh, yeah, play with Ben Johnson. Like, that's going to be seamless. It's like, that's the hope and that's the goal. And playing with good guys around him, he should be good. But he also has been banged up some the last couple of years. He also didn't play well last year for the most part when he was on the field. So we're all kind of just expecting him to bounce back. And if I was a betting man, I would say that I do think he will bounce back. And even if he's not awesome, he just needs to be steady, right? Like, just be solid over there. Like, if he's just the third interior guy, like if Joe Thuney's the best one, Dalman's good at center, then Jackson is just an above-average starter, that's a win. But what if he's, like, really good? And what if him and Darnell Wright, who are long-lost twins, by the way, are just, like, this dominant force you can run behind? Because I think that profiles is a pretty interesting pairing that can really just snatch and just double-team guys, and you could really run the football behind those guys, get these guys on the move as well. Obviously, left tackle, too. You could just say that position in general is an X factor, certainly something to watch as we get into training camp. But if Jonah Jackson's really good, if he gets back to his peak self, like that left guard to right tackle, you're feeling really, really good about that. And then if left tackle is just average or better, I mean, this is going to be a really, really good offensive line once it gels, once it comes together, especially after that bye week in week 5. And then Jaquan Brisker. I think Jaquan Brisker's health, just staying healthy, if he's just the exact same player he's been, I'm not even saying he needs to take a huge step forward, just be who you've been. Good playmaker, a guy who can hold his own in coverage but can really light people up in the box and be a factor when playing downhill. This secondary has a chance to be fantastic. Like, Jalen Johnson's one of the best outside corners in the league. Tyrique Stevenson in this scheme, I think, will play better. Kyler Gordon, they're going to move him around, and he's just going to be a fun chess piece. Kevin Byard, just solid veteran there. If Jaquan Brisker is healthy, this secondary, I felt like this coming into the year last year. I thought this could be one of the best secondaries in the league. I still think that's on the table. Now, with Tyrique and his up and down play and Brisker's health issue, obviously that's 40% of your secondary, so you need those guys to hit. But we've seen them both play at an extremely high level in this league. It's not like you're just projecting what they will do. They've shown that they can do it. It's about doing it week in and week out if you're Tyrique Stevenson, and it's about just being able to stay healthy if you're Jaquan Brisker, which, when you're dealing with concussions, that's kind of out of your control to an extent. So you hope that he's able to hold up there and those issues don't pop back up, because I think when he's on the field, he's a massive X factor for this Bears defense and for the secondary in general. Okay, who is the biggest Bears X factor this year? Let us know in the comment section below on who you think that is. Some other X factors, and look, you could name anybody. Caleb Williams is an X factor, but kind of talking about guys who are a little bit more on the fringes than that. Kyle Monangai, listen, if he can come in here and be that steady RB2 and provide some interior rushing ability, that would be huge. Tremaine Edmunds, just from a standpoint of, can he live up to the contract? Like, think about how big that would be for the front seven if he just played like the money he gets paid. I mean, that'd be huge. I mean, if we live in a world where he outplays TJ Edwards this season, then you're feeling really good about that linebacker room. We've talked about Tyrique Stevenson. If he can tighten it up and be consistent, that would be fantastic. You'd feel really good about your outside corners. Andrew Billings, we know he's an X factor. Last year, when he left, the run defense and really the defense in general fell off a cliff. Gervon Dexter, does he find another gear? Can he be a fringe dominant player? We've seen flashes, but we haven't seen that down-to-down, week-to-week, stacking games consistency. All right, there you have it. My X factors for the Chicago Bears heading into 2025. Let me know what you guys thought about that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the way out, and bear down.